betting. So let's get right into it. Money be green.
Like money, motherfucker? Money be green. Money feel like money. That shit look green to you?
Classic video clip, right? That's one of my favorite scenes, actually.
Credit to
from The Wire.
HBO. That's a clip from The Wire. I don't want to get sued. Okay, we got before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We have really just one big fight this weekend. Worth
I think
analyzing.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good one. Some people aren't as hyped for it. I know I'm looking forward to it because I think it's going to be skill versus skill. Rey Vargas, O'Shaquie Foster, and Brian. You were taking a look at those odds, and the best odds came from PointsBet. Let us know those odds.
I was stunned to find that Rey Vargas. It's up on the screen, but for the audio audience, Rey Vargas only minus 176 favorite. O'Shaquie Foster plus 162. If you look at FanDuel and DraftKings, you'll find Rey Vargas is more of a 2-1 favorite, minus 220, I believe, on FanDuel when we check at that point. And I think with PointsBet, it'll probably get closer to that. Like, I'd be surprised if between now and the Super Bowl, it doesn't become just about minus 200. So, look, still in boxing, all things considered, that's great value, right? Because I've been doing some boxing previews at Action Network, 5-2, by the way, with exact picks, not just who's gonna win, but also method of victory, etc. One of the ones I missed out on was Terrence Crawford to knock out David Avanesian between.
Oh, you didn't take him to knock him out?
No. I took him to knock him out between round 7 and 12, and he did it in round 6.
Okay.
Jerk. And the only other L was Chris Eubank losing to Liam Smith, which
but I don't think anyone saw that. I don't think anyone saw that happening, man. That was a big surprise.
I say all that to say majority of the time you have like Tyson Fury, who's a minus 3,500 favorite to fight to face Derek Chisora. We just talked about Amanda Serrano and Alicia Baumgartner, who both of whom were like approaching minus 1,000 territory at different points. And obviously Teofimo Lopez against Sandor Martin, which is another recent one where Teofimo Lopez was minus 700, 750. And I kind of said, like, look, I'm going to take Teofimo on points, but Sandor Martin could actually beat him, and he almost did. But anyway, Rey Vargas.
Controversy for that one. But yeah, Rey Vargas.
Yes. Rey Vargas, 36-0, 22 knockouts. High-level boxer, as you said, WBC featherweight champion. This is going to be on Showtime at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Super featherweight champion. And O'Shaquie Foster is 19-2, 11 knockouts. Those 2 losses early in his career. Okay. One of them is split decision in 2016. He's been on a roll as of late. And I think that he's a live dog. And there's a reason why he's barely an underdog. But I still favor Rey Vargas in this one at the end of the day.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 losses. Both those 2 losses came at 135 pounds. He since then has moved. This fight is going to be at 130, right? Great point. Those 2 losses were 8 rounds, and they were decision losses, like you said. So O'Shaquie Foster, I mean, let's not cut him out in this one. He also has 11 knockouts in his 19 wins, so I think he has decent power. And like you said, he's been on a roll, right? 9 fight win streak. So I think the fact that this is also like his first chance at a world title, if I'm not mistaken, this is the biggest fight of his career. He's skilled. I think his best punch is probably his left hook that he throws with power. I like his right hand. I think he should use his jab more, especially in this fight. But he also does get hit a lot. And that brings me to Rey Vargas, right? He did beat Mark Magsayo at 126 pounds. So Vargas is moving up to 130 pounds for this fight. This is actually the title that Shakur Stevenson had to give up, if I'm not mistaken, because Shakur Stevenson, of course, now moving up as well. So that's what they're fighting for, that vacant title, the WBC super featherweight. But Rey Vargas, super skilled, great counter puncher, has a really good jab. Now, Mexican style boxing, I love, but he's not really that. Like, he's not extremely aggressive, come forward type of fighter. He can be a little bit safe at times. He's a little bit tricky, throws really nice combos. The thing about Rey Vargas, though, he takes a lot of hits as well. Yeah. But against Mark Magsayo, like, he took some bombs. He was dropped. I think he was dropped once before.
Yeah,
right. He was dropped in that fight. Yeah, once or twice. But he was dropped. But at the same time, he took some major hits from Mark Magsayo. Didn't get knocked out. So he fell to the canvas, but at the same time, the hits that he was taking shows that he's kind of got a chin because he didn't get knocked out. We know Mark Magsayo has power. I think Rey Vargas, his work rate's going to be huge in this one, right? I think Foster is also going to have some moments. I think you can, like I said, he has decent power, so you have to take that a little bit seriously. And the fact that Rey Vargas does get hit a lot, you know what I mean? I mean, there's a chance he does have a puncher's chance in this one, but I think Rey Vargas is going to outbox him, Bryan. And I think he's going to use his jab. I think he's going to be countering, and he's going to continue to keep busy in this fight and be a little bit conservative at times, because I think he is going to show some respect for Foster, who is going to come into this one motivated as ever. But I got Rey Vargas by decision. And so I'm going to take Rey Vargas for this one. And I'm actually on FanDuel right now. And I know you said that PointsBet was the better odds, and they definitely are. But on FanDuel, Rey Vargas points or decision is a minus 120. So that's what I'll be taking for this fight. What about you?
So I was looking up some of the method of victory joints as you were talking, and PointsBet, as usual, doesn't have any method of victory yet, because they tend to get that later on. So we're a little bit early to this. FanDuel has it right away. Shout out to them. Didn't expect them to have it for a Rey Vargas fight, because I'm not sure they know who Rey Vargas is, but good for them, right? Rey Vargas, points or decision, minus 120. I think there's really good odds on that. If you think he's going to win, that's probably going to be it. I don't think there's going to be a knockout in this fight necessarily. O'Shaquie Foster winning on points. On the road, because remember, this is in Texas, plus 350. I think like there's some value to that if you think O'Shaquie Foster's going to win, but I it's harder for me to get there, right? With O'Shaquie Foster, seeing him win this fight against Rey Vargas. And to your point, I don't think Rey Vargas, like, he's undefeated. He's 36-0, 22 knockouts. He beat Mark Magsayo, and I don't think he's somebody who is going to just go on this big tear remaining undefeated necessarily. But I think for this fight, he actually takes it. And I'd probably lean points, because there's some decent value there. He's plus 500 to win by knockout. Anything can happen in this sport, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't quite see that. I mean, we just saw it with Liam Smith, who we talked about, right? Like, Liam Smith was shockingly knocking out Chris Eubank Jr. In the fourth round, too. I was like, no way, and it happened, you know. But look, Rey Vargas on points. I think that's the bet. Minus 120 right now, FanDuel. DraftKings will give you a similar number. PointsBet, when they get it up, we'll see. And if you think it's going to go on points, then, you know, there's probably not much room for a whole ton of other props. Because if you're looking at, will the fight go to distance, yes or no? Yes, minus 280 on FanDuel. DraftKings is going to give you a similar number. No is plus 205. And probably going to go to distance, right?
It's definitely going to go the distance, yeah. And, you know, you mentioned it's going to be in San Antonio. I think O'Shaquie Foster is just like from west of Houston, if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to have a lot of hometown people from there as well. So I don't think it'll be, I mean, it's going to be a big Rey Vargas crowd, but I think O'Shaquie Foster is going to have a lot of his people there as well. So this one is going to be a really interesting fight. But yeah, I think this fight definitely goes the distance. Did you make your pick yet?
Yeah, Rey Vargas points. I'll just play it safe. I'm going to be boring, whatever the case may be. Now, when we get to Subriel Matias and Jeremiah Sponce at the end of the month, I'll probably do something a little bit more ballsy for that, because I'm very excited about my fellow Puerto Rican Subriel to fight. But not today. Rey Vargas on points. Just going to be boring about it. Hey, you want to win money or not, right? Like,
no. You know what? We had the same pick. We're both going with Rey Vargas on points. If O'Shaquie Foster decides to shock the world, he is the underdog, but not by a lot, as you can see by those odds. I wouldn't be surprised, but I just think Rey Vargas is going to outbox him. And we both think the fight is going the distance. So make sure to let us know what you're going to bet on. You can drop some comments in our YouTube section. You can hit us up on our social media channels. But that was Money Be Green, and let us know if you win some green this weekend. That's it for the mandatory. Make sure to follow us on our social media channels. It's at the mandatory TKO, and make sure to also hit that like and subscribe button as well, because it helps the channel grow. And if you got a couple of minutes, make sure you leave a rate and review wherever you find your podcast. But that's it for today. We're signing out. Thank you so much for rocking with us, and enjoy the fights this weekend.